not even going to be using a lot of it. Then I have a pot of water with a slow simmer. Because this is a very delicate dish, and if you put it in a rolling boil, they're going to fall apart. So it's just a very small simmer of a boil. So just a bowl, little basic stuff here is all you need. We're going to be working with our hands today. And yes, mine are clean. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to...
Yeah, do you think your microphone is already low and static?
It's already low and staticky. I do. Who reminded me?
Tracy Hatton?
Okay, thank you. You know, I can Okay. All right. So what I'm going to put in is 1 cup of ricotta. So that just goes in the bowl. And I like to use whole milk because, you know, to me, it's more dense and thicker. And then in here is a cup of Parmesan Reggiano cheese, already grated. And so I put that in. And then I have 5 tablespoons of flour. And anytime you make something with an egg that you want to hold together, you use flour because that's like one of the binding agents. So 5 tablespoons of flour. And then I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg because that's going to give it like a nice rich warmth of flavor. You could use a little more if you like, it just depends. I'm going to use 4 eggs. Now, 2 of the eggs we're going to just put in whole. And then the other 2, we don't want them to be, how should I say, too mushy, too wet. So with the other 2, we're just going to use the yolk. So everybody knows how to separate an egg. You go back and forth, or you can use your hand. We're just going to use the yolks here. So that's 1. And then here's the other one. Now, this is just, you could eat it as is. You could make, you know, the way it is. But for me, I like to add in spinach. And that's the classic Gnudi. Because like we said, it's the inside of a ravioli. So you could just do it with the cheese like this, or you could do it with the spinach. So this is just frozen spinach that I defrosted. And I squeezed out like all the juice in there. So, because you want it to be dry, again, you don't want it to be mushy. So we're just going to add that in also. And then I'm just going to give it like a little bit of a quick mix. And then the rest of the time, I'm going to use my hands. So it's going to form like a dough. So to save myself some time, I move this out of the way, get everything ready, because I'm going to need a little flour also. So I'm going to mix this up here. And your hands, what I always say, are your best tools. And we're not going to over mix this either because we don't want it to be gummy. We just want it to be light and airy. And then also if you want to add a little flour to this, if you feel it's too wet to form like a little pillow, you can add some flour. Now this is kind of like gnocchi. Gnocchi are made with potato, but you also can make gnocchi with ricotta cheese. They're ricotta gnocchi. I actually just taught a class on that. And okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of flour. I'm going to put it down on my board here. And I'm just going to put it on my hand. And I'm going to start to form a couple of these. And you just want to go very light. Actually, the bigger you make them, the longer they'll take in the water. So we're going to go, I'm going to roll them in this flour here so that they stick together. And here's one. I'm just going to make a couple and show you guys because it's a really good dish. It's very delicious. Now, don't be discouraged if it falls apart. You know, if you put them into really, really hot boiling water like that, they will fall apart. So we're just going to roll a couple here. We're going to make them so that Abby and I can try them because I don't think that you've ever had them, Abs.
I have not.
You have not. It's been something that a lot of people have been asking me for the cooking classes. And so I said, well, I better learn how to make them. There's 3, and we'll just go ahead and we'll make one more. Now, how this came to be in Italy is like Italian people, they don't waste anything. So obviously when they're busy making ravioli and they had stuff left, the filling left over, they would just roll it up like this and use it, and that's how Gnudi came to be. So I'm just going to rinse off my hands here really quick. They're a little bit bigger than a gnocchi. Gnocchi are very small. And so we're going to put them down into the water very gently. And they're only going to take about maybe 3 or 4 minutes to boil. But when they boil, they are done. And be careful when you put them down in. This is the perfect temperature of the water here, because it's cooking them, but they're not like rolling around. And that's what you don't want. So when they float up, then they're done, just like regular pasta. And that's basically all you do to making gnudi. So we're going to get us a plate out ready here. So we're going to try it. Now, my mom has never made gnudi, so this is truly a Jen-Uine dish. So I'm not really even sure if she knows what it is. I just started learning it myself. So I'm not going to touch them. I'm just going to let them sit. Like I said, they only take like 3 to 4 minutes, and when they rise to the top, then they are done. Just like regular pasta. And then we're just going to lightly dress the marinara on top. We're not going to take them and throw them in here because you don't want them to fall apart. They're very, very delicate. So I just also wanted to say that I did my first limoncello class last week at the restaurant, and it went so well. It was such a fun class. The classes have been going really well. I love them. And I have another one coming up this week. Everybody's responded. So we're going to start doing more classes in January. We're going to repeat a few of them that we've already done that people have missed out on. And I feel really bad that I can't get everybody in, but we're doing our best. As it is right now, I have to do a class every week. And with running the business, it gets a little hard. Plus, I have my daughter's bridal shower this weekend. So, all right, they have risen to the top. And that's how quickly it was. I don't even know if it was 3 or 4 minutes. No. But they rose, so they're ready to go. And what we're going to do, I'm going to take them out of here, Abby. And you and I are going to taste one. How's that? I cannot wait. Okay, and then we're just going to dress it with a little bit of marinara. Look how pretty that is. Guys, this recipe makes a lot. I mean, this is they're very filling. And you know you can never have enough cheese. So we're just going to sprinkle a little cheese on here. And that is the gnudi. So this is your naked pasta. I know it's hard for you to try to eat it because you can't see what you're doing, but I'll try a little taste here. Can you get it?
Still working.
Careful. It's very good, guys. It really does taste like a gnocchi, a bigger gnocchi with the spinach in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. So good, so light.
I've never even heard of it.
Gnudi means naked in Italian. Now you know. It's delicious, guys. Try this. Get some spinach. You already have all these other ingredients. I got to take these out. They're ready to go. I'm going to finish making these up, bring them in for my staff tonight and see how they like them. And then we'll all eat them together. You guys have a great weekend.